Hi, kids. Okay, the next one. I think this could be done in either way, depending how you're thinking about it, and I'm going to accept either one. They're talking about Toronto Maple Leafs just announced that he got a 7-year contract at $2.4 million per year, and the media reports that that's going to be worth 16.8, and I assume that's happening because they're taking 2.4, timesing it by 7, and they're getting 16.8. So one would argue that what current economic value would you place on the contract if the star is to be paid $20,000 at the end of each month, and the money is to be earned at 3.5 compounded semi-annually? I would argue that we're moving forward in this one. We're looking for the amount of this annuity. They were looking for amount equals R, 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over top of I, because he's guaranteed this money. This is what's happening. He's staying with us for 7 years. We're going to be putting $200,000 into his account at the end of each month. Let's see how much money he has at the end of those 7 years. So I is going to be 3.5% divided by monthly, so it's 12. So we're going to divide it by 12. So that's going to be 3.5 divided by 12 divided by 100, and we get 0.00291666. That's N now. He's 7 years for 12 months, and I think that's 84. We've seen that number before. So we want to know how much he's going to have at the end of it, so we're going to leave that alone. It's 200,000, 1.00291666 to the 84 minus 1, all over top of 0.00291666. So let's see here, add a 1 to that, take that to 84 equals, subtract 1 from it, multiply it by 200,000, and divide it by 0.0029166666. And we're coming up with an answer of 190,056,5892. And I have no idea what that is. Let's try to tease that out. So it's 658. Those are pennies, don't care about those. 005 19. So it's looking like this young hockey player, by the end of this, if they're paying him $2,000 at the end of each month, and he's able to earn that money on it, then by the end of his 7 years, he's actually going to have $19 million, which is a bit more than the 16.8 that they're reporting. Now, the other way that you sort of could look at this, and let's just look at it and wrap our heads around it, what if we were after present value? And so we said that by the end of it, he was only going to have $16.8 million. I'm not sure this is going to work out. Let's take a look. It'll be 200,000, and then it'll be 1 minus 1.00291666 to the negative 84, all divided by 0.00291666. Let's see what this gives us. So 1.0029166666 to the exponent 84 to the negative equals, okay, negative plus 1 times 200,000, and then we're going to divide that by 0.00291666, and that ends up giving us Okay, let's try to make sense out of this. So that's 118, and that's 881.14. Okay, so what this says is, if I want to be able to give him, what does this say? This says if I'm going to be giving him $200,000 at the end of each year, at the end of each month, compounded this much, then the current total value of his contract is actually closer to 14.9 million. So his actual value of his contract is this at the moment. This one, if they do pay him at that amount and keep going, then at the end of it, he will have been paid 19 million. So I'm going to accept either one for these because I think the wording is a little bit ambiguous, but the current economic value placed on this contract, I think would probably be, let's see, if I have 2.4 per year times it could be argued either way. I could get away with this, or someone that has this contract, it's worth 19 million. It depends on how you're looking at it. We can talk more about that in class, but for this test, I'll accept either one. Communication. Explain the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Well, give formulas. So simple interest. Simple interest is simply I equals PRT. Compound interest is going to be A equals P 1 plus IT, 1 plus I to the n, sorry. Simple interest will grow linearly, so you'll have your principal and you will, over time, you will always go up the same amount. Compound interest will grow exponentially, so over time, more interest earns interest. I would like that to be said, that your interest earns interest. And anything along those lines I'm looking for, okay? Let's pause and we'll come back with the thinking problem solving.